Nicole here with Bonnie. Sorry you might not be able to see the top of my head, but that's okay. We're going to be working on meeting people and how to properly meet them. I know we went over this a long time ago when Bonnie was first getting training here. So of course we want to go back and review those things that we've gone over before. Alright, so as you can see, she is somewhat tired. And that's a good thing. We want to make sure that she's tired when she does go forth and meet someone, or if you guys have a lot of people over. A tired dog, of course, is going to have obviously less energy, not going to be quite as willing to jump on people or get overly excited. Alright, so one of the first things we want to do when we meet a person is to check our dog and observe their body language. Now, if we see that our dog gets extremely tense when they meet a person or see a person, we want to make sure that we acknowledge that first and we can tend to that situation before we put them in another situation that might make them extremely uncomfortable. Okay, so first thing, don't be afraid to tell someone that it is not okay to pet your dog. You want to make sure that, of course, you're safe and your dog is safe. So if you find that there's a weird person coming towards you or someone who's a little bit too intense coming towards Bonnie, she's a good-looking girl, of course they're going to want to touch her and pet her. But we want to make sure that all of her interactions with people are as pleasant as possible. So if there's a person that you don't want around Bonnie, make sure that you let them know and you stop them before they come closer to you and your dog. And if you do find a person that you're okay with, having them around Bonnie and Bonnie's okay with it, want to make sure that we have manners at that point in time. And of course, food is always a good idea, especially if you have a dog that maybe gets a little bit distracted, or maybe they have some kind of fear, let's say someone in a wheelchair or things like that, makes them a little bit nervous. They can't focus quite as well. We're also going to use our friend Lynette here in the back to help us. Okay, so first thing we want to do is make sure that Bonnie can sit down nicely. Usually when people come towards a dog with open arms, it's a little bit intimidating, so make sure you can stop them and let them know prior to this happening. Now when we come towards a dog, we want to make sure that we're relatively calm. If you notice that there's a person coming towards you with a high-pitched voice, they're overly excited, chances are they're going to get Bonnie excited as well. So for you and your family and also for other people around, try to remind them, calm down just a little bit. We don't want to get Bonnie overly excited. She is a very large dog, and if she decides to jump up on you, it will be significantly difficult to get her off. So a smaller dog jumping up, not quite as big of a deal. You can turn away, ignore the dog, and so on and so forth. However, if Bonnie decides she's going to give you a giant hug, it's going to be a little difficult to get out of that situation. All of her weight on you and everything like that. So we want to make sure that she gets into the habit of doing the same thing every single time she sees a person. So of course this is going to mean that we're going to have to take her out all the time, and every single time she sees a person that wants to come up and pet her and you're okay with it, she's going to have to do her little routine, which is exactly what she's doing right now. Sitting down. She cannot get any affection or attention unless she's sitting down. Now when you find that she's in a situation where there's a lot of commotion around, she decides to sit down or lay down like she's doing right now, that's exactly what she wants. She's comfortable, she's calm, she can get a treat. Good. Alright, so we're going to practice right now with Lynette as to how to properly meet a dog. Honey. Okay, so we're going to walk right around, and if you just want to stand by the chair, that's perfect right there.
Okay.
And we're going to come in. Now we're not going to talk to or touch Bonnie. Sit. Good. Stay. Alright, would you like to approach Bonnie and give her your fist so she can smell you? or not. Want to make sure that she has that same reaction every time she hears the dogs. Let's try it one more time. This is good. Alright, so if you find that she's sitting, she's doing a good job. She knows stay very well. Sit and stay, two things that she knows. Going to put those two words together. Sit, stay. Doing a great job. Let's try it again. And this next time we're going to have a little bit more energy when Bonnie's interacting with Lynette. Here we go.
Hi, Bonnie.
Sit, sit. No. Good. Sit, sit. Okay. Go forth and pet her. You can talk to her.
Hi, Bonnie.
Sit, stay. Good girl. Good girl. Sit, stay. Good. Okay, we're going to try it one more time. Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long.
I know.
Wow, Bonnie, sit. Good, sit, stay. Okay, so when you're approaching someone, of course, with the owner, it's going to be different. You have a great relationship with her. She's very connected to you and attached to you. So if she notices that you get excited when you see someone, chances are she's going to get excited too. So when you work on this, start off slowly. Of course, having Bonnie on a leash, you're able to maintain control of her. If you find that she gets a little bit excited, you want to continue to talk to her. Sit. Sit. Good. Sit, stay. You want to continue to talk to her. If you kind of just leave her and you have a conversation for 10 minutes, she's going to find something to do. So you want to give her a job. Sit, stay, or you can have her lay down. You want to make sure that she's under control at all times. But when you're working on this at home, you have different people that she's interacting with. Start off very slowly. Make sure that they're not talking to her very much, making direct eye contact with her, and not just coming in to give her a big hug right when they see her. Have them, kind of brace themselves. Take it a little bit slower. Make sure you're paying attention to Bonnie, looking at her body language, her behavior. Have her sit, stay. You can ask them to come towards you. They can extend a fist. Once she is comfortable with that, try it again. After that point in time when you're comfortable with her reaction to that person, you can practice again. They can then touch her on the head or the back and start petting her. And then when you're comfortable with that, move on towards actual real life situations with a more excited person approaching you and Bonnie, or you seeing a neighbor or something like that. Good girl. Or when you see a neighbor or something like that, you talking to them, you both get excited. We want to work up to something like that. All right, so we're going to try this one more time. No? Sit. Sit, stay. Okay, you can touch her, pet her. Good. Good. Now the reason why we're using treats at this point in time especially if you take her out and she gets overly excited, is to kind of get her focus back on you. If you have tons of distractions around, it's going to be difficult to get her attention back on you and what you guys are doing. So by having a little pouch, you have some food with you. You want to make sure that you have those high value treats, not just the plain old doggy biscuits. We want some real meat, something that Bonnie goes nuts for. So in a situation where maybe she's very distracted, we can pull out our very high value treats, which would of course be of higher value than the distraction that she is preoccupied with. But when you notice that she's in a calm state like this, she's doing a really good job, feel free to give her a treat and let her know that she's doing exactly what you want her to in that specific situation. Alright, so just remember, start off slow. When you have a situation with a lot of excitement, chances are Bonnie's going to get excited as well. If you have people approaching you that you're not comfortable with, let them know that they are not to touch your dog. We want her, every interaction with people to be as pleasant as possible. So when you're working at home, start off slow with people that she's familiar with. Have that same routine where every time she encounters a person, she has to sit down. If she does not get affection, she does not get any attention whatsoever, which is, of course, something horrible. Bonnie loves attention. So I can't wait to work with Bonnie again. This has been Nicole, and thank you to Lynette and, of course, Bonnie. Been working on meeting people, and we'll see you later. Bye.